guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lex, and today I'm gonna be telling you guys how I saved $10,000 and how you can save $10,000. So grab a pen, grab a notebook, and take some notes because I'm about to put you guys on as usual. So I actually did this video over a year ago, but I feel like maybe I didn't explain it as well, and also I personally didn't save $10,000 at that point. I was in the process of it, but I didn't complete it. So I'll link that video right up here if you guys want to check it out. But this video is just going to be a little bit more explained. And like I said, I've actually done it myself now, so I can speak from experience, you know. Little disclaimer before we get into the video for my family and friends. This is not an invitation for you to hit me up and like ask to borrow funds because I don't got it. That money does not belong to me. It belongs to my future self. So yeah, just follow these tips and you can have 10K too, period. So let me put you guys on to how you can save $10,000 in 1 year. What I did was follow the 100 envelope system. So go to your local Staples, dollar store, whatever, get a pack of 100 envelopes, and then you're gonna go to Google and type in 100 envelope challenge and print something out that looks something similar to this. Ooh. Just something with 100 envelopes on there. Yeah. So first I'm going to explain to you like the regular 100 envelope challenge or system, whatever. And then I'm going to explain to you what I did to amplify it to make more money faster. Essentially how the 100 envelope challenge works is, like I said, you have 100 envelopes. You're going to number them 1 through 100, okay? So 100 envelopes numbered 1 through 100. Every week or every day, however often you want to do it, you would stuff an envelope. So here's my little stack of 100 envelopes. Number 1, number 2, and so on and so forth. Number 100. I put a little exclamation mark on there to make it like exciting. So basically, every week you would stuff an envelope. So week 1, you're gonna stuff envelope number 1. Whatever number is on that envelope is how much you put inside the envelope. So envelope number 1, you put $1. Envelope number 2, you put $2. So on and so forth, okay? So basically every week you're stuffing an envelope. If you have 100 envelopes and you're stuffing 1 a week, that means this would take you 100 weeks, which is basically 2 years, because as we know, there's 52 weeks in a year. Okay, so if you're following that system, that's great, that's cool. That'll get you about $5,050, something like that, about 5K. Which if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine, go ahead. The way I did it, I wanted 10K and I wanted it quick, like I wanted it yesterday. So instead of stuffing whatever number was on the envelope, I just multiplied this number by 2. So instead of putting $1 in envelope number 1, I put $2. Instead of putting $2 in envelope number 2, I put $4. Instead of putting $100 in envelope number 100, I put $200. Are you following? Follow me. Keep up, please. So basically, I'm just doubling the amount that I'm putting in each envelope. Okay, to basically double the total amount. So instead of making 5,000 by doing this envelope system, I'm going to get 10,000. You following? Okay. I know some people stuff an envelope every day for 100 days. For me, that was not practical, honey. For me, stuffing envelopes weekly versus daily just made a lot more sense. So in order to stay track to get the 10K in a year, you need to stuff 2 envelopes every week, okay? So let's just backtrack. Let's just do a little refresher. So with your 100 envelopes, every single week for 50 weeks straight, you're going to stuff 2 envelopes, okay? And in each envelope, you're going to put twice as much as you're supposed to. So whatever number is on the envelope, multiply it by 2, okay? That's it. 2 envelopes a week, put whatever number is on the envelope, multiply by 2. I'm repeating myself a lot because I just want to be very clear and straightforward. Every time you stuff an envelope, you're going to highlight one of the envelopes or whichever envelope you stuffed on this little sheet. This is basically to just track your progress, see how you're coming along. And this is what really motivated me too, to see like, oh my gosh, I'm halfway, I'm almost there, I only have 4 envelopes left. Like this, I would highly recommend printing this out. That's pretty much the 100 envelope system in a nutshell. If you follow this system, you will have saved $10,000, a little over 10,000. I think it's like $10,050, something like that. Point is, 10K is saved after a year of stuffing 2 envelopes a week. Also, I just want to mention and be transparent that this actually took me 2 years, but that's because I was in and out of work. Like I had 3 different jobs in those 2 years, like Gen Z, you know, just exploring. But even being out of a job several times for several months, I still got this done. Like, so if you're working a full-time job, a secure, consistent job, then you can definitely do this. If you pay rent, you can do this. If you have kids, you can still do this. Like, I'm sure each week you can find a couple of dollars to stuff into an envelope. The most you have to put into an envelope is $200, which would be envelope number 100. If you're working at McDonald's making $15 an hour, you can still do this. Like, this is just such a clear, concise system that anyone can do it. And even if, okay, you take a little longer than a year, just be consistent with stuffing those envelopes, because eventually you're going to fill them all and you're going to have 10K in cash. Like, just like that. Another thing too is this could probably take you less than a year, because if you think about it, the first week you're stuffing envelope number 1 and number 2. So that's $2 for envelope number 1 and $4 for envelope number 2. I'm sure you have more than $6 that you can put into your envelope, like, first week. Instead of just stuffing the first 2 envelopes, you could probably do the whole first line, like envelope numbers 1 through 10. And I know it's tax season, so it's like when you get large lump sums of money like that, my rule of thumb is to always split that in half, put half towards my savings. Let's say you got like $1,000 back from your taxes, cut that in half, $500. If you go ahead and stuff like $500 worth of envelopes, that's gonna be like that's gonna be a large portion of the challenge. So yeah, any additional money that comes in, like, my rule of thumb is always to just split it in half and put half towards savings. So following this system, obviously you will need to go to the bank. You will need to get cash out every time you get paid to get the exact cash that needs to go into each envelope. If you need to put $57 into an envelope, you need to go to the bank and get $57 down to the singles, okay? We gotta cross our T's and dot our I's when it comes to this. That's what I was doing, at least. I know most people like to just, you know, transfer their money into a savings account, which is like, okay. But most people don't have a consistent schedule of how much they're putting into their savings every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. Some people do. Some people can really hold themselves accountable. This is just like, okay, the savings goal is 10,000. How am I gonna get there? By stuffing 2 envelopes a week. Simple, clear cut. And I know some people say too that, like, if they have just cash laying around in envelopes, they'll be tempted to go in and like take some of that cash out. But this is where self-control and self-discipline comes into play. Me personally, once I stuff an envelope, I, you know, fold it in there, I tuck it in, and I highlighted off this sheet, I'm not going into that envelope. Like, I can control myself. Like, once it's in this envelope and it's highlighted, that money is not mine anymore. Like I said earlier, that belongs to my future self. So that's not money where I can go, you know, dip in if something pops up. You have an emergency fund for that. And if you want a separate video on like an emergency fund and like how I, you know, details of that, then just let me know. And also, I didn't keep my envelopes just laying around. They were tucked out of sight, out of mind, in a drawer somewhere. So I would recommend doing the same thing. So essentially, that's the 100 envelope system. Just to refresh one more time, you have your 100 envelopes. Literally every single one is numbered from 1 to 100. You have your sheet every week. Say you get paid bi-weekly. Okay, I guess you're stuffing 4 envelopes every 2 weeks. I don't hear no excuses. Like, you can do this. Anyone can do this. Everyone can actually do this as long as you have money coming in. Even if you're out of a job right now. I was there. Just hold on tight, and as soon as you get money again, go back to saving your money. 100 envelopes numbered 1 through 100. Every single week, stuff 2 envelopes. If you get paid bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, stuff 4 envelopes. When you're stuffing the envelopes, whatever number is on the envelope, multiply by 2. Put twice as much in each envelope. So the most that you have to ever put into an envelope is $200, because that would be envelope number 100, and we would multiply this by 2, which is 200. Simple. And for me, the most rewarding thing was highlighting off that last envelope off my little sheet and being able to bust open all those envelopes and take out all the cash and count my cash and physically have $10,000 in front of me, and knowing that I worked for that and I earned that. And it's like, okay, now I have a foundation of savings that I can continue to build off of. And guess what I'm gonna do this year? I'm gonna do it again. And then next year, I'm gonna do it again. And just stack up 10K each year. I'll probably end up, you know, finding a system where I could save more at some point. But right now, this is working for me. And I know some people say too, like, oh, well, I need that money now. Well, I can spend it now. But it's like, or you can save it so that at the end of the year you have 10K, and then it's like that could be a whole new wardrobe. That could be money towards a car, money towards a house. That could be a trip to Dubai. That could be trips for the year out the country. Like that's just a good amount of money. And I feel like being a person of color, being a woman, being young, like I just want to have control of my finances. Like I want to be able to live comfortably and just know that I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And that's what I want for everyone that's watching this video and just people that look like me. I want us to be more in tune with our finances and yeah, just live very comfortable lives, because why not? We all know they did not teach us how to do things like this in school. So, you know, we kind of have to figure things out on our own. But I really hope that you guys actually like follow what I said in this video. I have never steered you guys wrong. If I ever come up on this platform and sit down and talk and give tips and advice and my opinion on something, it's because I have done it. It's because I'm confident in it to speak on it. So I really hope you guys like genuinely start today. Do everything that I said and you will be so happy come April 2025 when you have 10K. Like, who can mess with you? You got 10K. And of course, now I'm not gonna just keep 10K in cash lying around. I'm actually looking into a high yield savings account, because we know these regular savings accounts from like Chase, Bank of America, and whatever else, they give you like 0.0001% interest. Gone are the days, okay? It's all about the high yield savings accounts that are giving people 4+% interest. Me personally, I'm looking for a high yield savings account that has higher than 5% interest, and there's a few that I'm looking at. So if you guys want a separate video on that, let me know. But that way my money can obviously no longer sit in these envelopes, but sit in a bank account somewhere and just accumulate interest from just sitting there. Yeah. So we're thinking smarter. We're just like being more in tune with our finances, elevating our lives in every way this year. I really, really, really hope that you guys actually follow what I mentioned in this video and you do this 100 envelope challenge the way that I recommend doing it. And if you do, comment down below. If you have any questions at all, comment down below, let me know. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like. Like I said again, comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified every time I upload, because obviously, I mean, quality content. And here we just really focus on improving ourselves and learning and growing, becoming better versions of ourselves. So that concludes today's video. I really hope you guys liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.